Good morning, Namibia, and welcome to another session here at the Government Information Center. My name is Angela Situmbeko, and I'll be your host for today. And in studio today, we have three panelists from the National Archives of Namibia. And we are here to announce the commencement of the National Archives Heritage Week celebrations. So on my immediate right, left, I beg your pardon, I would like to introduce Ms. Muningandu Divanga, who's the Acting Chief Archivist at the National Archives of Namibia. And in the center, we do have Mr. Damien Hangula, who's also an archivist at the National Archives of Namibia, as well as Ms. Albertina Nekonga, who's also an archivist at the same institution. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Starting right off, Ms. Divanga, could you kindly give us a brief background of how the Heritage Week started and under what institution it falls under?
The Heritage Week started off as a Museums Day with the National Museums of Namibia, but then as other stakeholders got on board, it was changed to the Namibia National Heritage Week, where now all these other stakeholders now falls under, which is now the National Health Council, National Heritage Council, the Museums Association of Namibia, as well as the National Archives.
Okay, well noted. Thank you very much. And still sticking with you, is there a special theme for this year? And could you kindly give us the meaning behind it?
Well, the theme for this year is in the Kung language, which, if translated in English, says unity in diversity.
Okay, very interesting. As Namibia, we are a very diverse nation, so I feel it is quite important for us to try unify ourselves, but still acknowledge our diversity. So could you also briefly tell us about the Namibian Heritage Week celebrations for this year?
Okay, for this year, the Heritage Week is starting this week, the week of the 19th until the 25th. So the official opening is today in Ondangwa at the Shivuteshan Angolo Living Museum in Ondangwa, and it will run through the whole week with different institutions having activities that they are partaking in.
Okay, so there'll be nationwide festivities planned?
Yes.
And this will be held where? Where should the people get information as to where they can attend these events in the different regions?
They can get the information from the Museums Association's website. That's now where all the different stakeholders that are taking part in the institution, in the event.
Okay, and will these events be held at the National Archives library or in each region?
No, each region there would be different museums and other heritage institutions, such as the Swakopmund Museums, the Babwata Living Museums, as well as the one that I just mentioned, where the main event is starting today, which is now the Shivuteshan Dankolo in Ondangwa. And then the National Archives will have our main event on Wednesday.
Okay, and that will be held here in Windhoek?
Yes, at the National Archives.
Okay, well noted. So I would like to remind the nation that should you have any comments or queries, you can join us on any one of our social media platforms, which is on Facebook. You can join us at Ministry of Information and Communication Technology, -- Republic of Namibia. And you can join us as well on YouTube under MICT-Namibia. So should you have any further questions or anything in particular about what's happening in your designated regions, you can kindly leave us comments or you can subsequently call in as well. Our line is 061 400 397. So once again, our call-in line is 061 400 397. So coming back, Ms. Nekongo, if you could kindly emphasize the importance of these celebrations, or rather, why is it important to earmark these events?
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. The Heritage Week is one of the most important activities or celebrations that we do as Namibians, because we want to educate and just inform our publics about the importance of heritage, or actually to emphasize on the intangible cultural heritage, which is actually becoming extinct because, yeah, we became the dot-com generation, and you'll find the youngsters mainly on YouTube. But as we know, Namibia is a country with diverse cultures and traditions. So it will help us to understand each other in the way we are dealing with different issues. Because the cultures, for example, or traditions from the Ovambo community will be different from someone from the Damara community. So if we understand our backgrounds and we are coming from, we will know then how to identify with different people. And also it's to us to promote our different values as Namibians, and not to take our culture is just something that is a theme, but to know that culture is also dynamic, yes, but we need to pass on the knowledge that we know that can be building our nation. So you cannot go anywhere further when you don't know where you are coming from. So you end up repeating some mistakes that were done in the past if you don't really focus, or if you don't really educate each other about the importance of both our cultural and natural diversity. So it's a matter of showcasing the beauty of Namibia.
That was very beautifully said, Mr. Minokongo. We'd also like to find out from you, what are the specific activities that are planned, for example, here in Windhoek, or what other things or activities can people look forward to in the other regions?
Okay, in Windhoek there are different activities that will be held by different institutions, such as the National Heritage Council, and as National Museum of Namibia, National Archives of Namibia, will actually also have our events throughout the week, which started today. Today we have already set up an exhibition, which is on the San community. The main reason why we chose that exhibition is because of the theme. The theme is taken from the San communities, as my chief have already indicated. And then we'll also have documentary heritage exhibited at the National Archives of Namibia starting on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we actually have a special program where we have invited schools in Windhoek. We had selected only 6 schools that can participate. We'll have storytelling session by Ms. Veronique Kuchekana Shirau. She's a performing artist, and the title of the story is My Body Space as an Archive, Daughter of Molly. And she narrates her story from the experiences that her great-grandparents had with the Germans, and then how then it ended up also in the South African colonial era. And then it comes to also try to promote unity in diversity. Then after independence, what then? Do we still continue to be in that colonial mentality, or we move together and unite as a team, as Namibians? And then when we have the exhibition also, the exhibition will also be talking to the story, and also talking to unity and diversity. And the other thing will be also a presentation that we'll do on unity and diversity when it comes to records and archives management. As we know that the National Archives of Namibia is mandated by the Acts 12 of 1992 to actually preserve and safeguard the documentary heritage of all government institutions, parastatals, SOEs, and so on. So, and as the leading organization, records management. So actually, we'll now present on unity in diversity with regards to documents, that as an institution, we don't discriminate, whether it's pre-colonial or it's during the German colonial, South African, it doesn't matter which side it is, as long as it's of national value, or it will contribute to the rewriting of our history. It's part and parcel of this institution. So we are just going to promote the differences also in what kind of records or archives you find in the National Archives of Namibia, and how unity and diversity is incorporated when it comes to records management. There will also be tour guiding that will be done at the institution, but tours will be done upon bookings. So the institution or individuals will have to book for them to be given tour guides. From that, it will be mainly on Thursday and Friday of which of Thursday we already have some slots that are taken by amazing kids and Windhoek International High School, and also some visitors from University of Cologne. So they are still waiting for the public to book or to do their booking when it comes to tours of the institution. But Wednesday specifically is only for invited guests. But the public can watch, as we are going to live stream on our Facebook page, which is National Archives of Namibia. And if they want to do any bookings, they can call in on 061 293 5222 or 293 5211 or 293 5214. And then they can actually do their booking for the tour, which will be now Thursday and Friday.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I think you highlighted specifically on how important it is to educate our kids and so forth regarding all parts of our histories and not omitting anything. But just as a follow-up question, you were talking about schools, the schools that you invited. So how do you engage the youth in these festivities in order to foster growth in the pride of their cultures?
That's why this year we decided to target specifically schools, so that they will be able to also know that it's important to celebrate your culture and not just to wear, for example, your traditional attire when there is any event or something, but it can also be normal. We used to wear these things before we got this kind of dressing. So, so like we need just we are actually going to engage them to the extent that we also involved the schools, or we are informing the schools for the kids to take part. If they want to tell a poem concerning their tradition or their maybe dressing code, if they want to sing a song that relates to their heritage, they can also actually be part and parcel of the program. And we also engaging them in the sense that we also have Owela. So we made sure that Owela is also available for those ones for the people who want to play the game. And for those who doesn't know, the Owela Museum, actually, which is part of National Museum, was named after that game. So for those who would want to be playing Owela, it will also be made available on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at the National Archives of Namibia. So as they are playing, stories will start coming out. Because if we put the youth, and we know most of them don't like really sitting in a setting and then just be watching people talking and doing presentation. That's why there's also the live streaming, so they can also watch the program while they are sitting in the comfort of their homes.
Okay, very well noted. So Namibia, you have heard the extensive activities and the variety of options that you do have. So do kindly make sure that you do pass by one of the museums and engage your kids and showcase the Namibian pride, Namibian cultures. We are so diverse. It is quite important to also learn about other people's cultures in order to foster unity within ourselves. So coming back to Ms. Nkongo, who are the expected participants for this year, as in the people providing some of the activities or performances and so forth?
Okay, for the participants, actually, throughout the country, everyone is welcome to participate or to be part and parcel of this celebration, regardless of age. So different institutions, they are catering different activities.
Okay.
That's why for us, it's only Wednesday that is strictly for the invited schools, but from Thursday and Friday, and tomorrow is Tuesday, yes. And tomorrow, Tuesday, people can still do their booking, and then we can get them the tour of the archives. But strictly Wednesday is only the invited guests, but everyone else is welcome to watch on the live stream.
Okay. Are there any costs with the bookings for Thursday?
No, everything is for free. All you need is to call us, send us an email, And then we'll put a time, we allocate you a time slot that is available.
Okay. So do make sure you do bring your kids. If there are any schools out there watching, do make bookings for your young ones and start them early on this journey on cultural pride and so forth. So once again, I would like to remind you that you can catch us on our YouTube platform, which is MICT-Namibia, as well as on our Facebook platform, which is the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology-Republic of Namibia. Should you have any further queries or anything else extra that you would like to find out, you can leave your comments and we will ask our panelists in studio. Alternatively, you can call us in on 061 400 397. That is 061 400 397. So coming to you, Mr. Hangula, what are the unique expectations of this year's Heritage Week compared to the previous years?
The unique expectation for this year event is that every year during the Heritage Week, it comes with a different theme. And for this year theme, it's unity in diversity. That to it, it's unique because the National Archive is a national institution which is trusted to keep the national history, the national diverse documentary heritage. Therefore, we are just urging the nations to come to the National Archives, to make use of the National Archives and enjoy the diverse archival collection that is being kept in the National Archive holdings. Again, this year event, it's more unique because Namibia itself as a country is a diverse nation. We have different cultures, we speak different language, but this theme, it's uniting us. And remember, a united nation is a proud nation. And we want the nation to find pride in the National Archives. We want the nation to know that there's a National Archive that is keeping the national history, the documentary histories, the only premier information center of government that is keeping a well-documented history, well-documented culture, well-documented archival resources in various formats. Therefore, this theme, unity in diversity, we should be united in promoting and use the National Archive resources.
That's very well said. Thank you. It is quite a strong theme, might I say myself as well.
Yes.
So, do you plan on expanding the heritage celebrations in the future?
Yes, we do. Remember, we do celebrate the Heritage Week annually in a duration of 1 week. But we don't want to confine the celebrating of heritage just in a duration of 1 week. We want to embrace, appreciate, and value the heritage of this country on a daily basis. Therefore, we are urging the public that they should find pride in celebrating this week and also exceed it beyond the set Heritage Week celebrations.
Yes, thank you very much for that response. Coming back to Ms. Divanga, the rate of technological innovations is very fast-paced. How do you intend to preserve cultures in this fast era?
Thank you for the question. Oh, well, the National Archives is mandated by the Archives Act 12 of 1992 to preserve cultural and historical document of the nation. So what we do by this is, these records that we keep in our archives, for us to prolong their longevity, we digitize them. So when we digitize them, then we put them on electronically. At the same time, then our users can use the digitized version and not use the original, because the more that we use the original, the easier it's fragile. It becomes fragile, and then we cannot keep it for our future generations. So we use the digitized version. At the same time, events such as these are also documented through our electronic format so that our future generations can always have something to look back to.
Okay, so the technological advancement is working hand in hand with you, basically. It's making
Yes.
it easier for you to preserve the information, for you to share the information as well. So we do have a caller on the line, Miss Natalia from Windhoek. Hello.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you, Natalia?
I'm doing very well, thank you. This is Natalia from Vinda.
Yes.
I just actually want to find out if one of the panels in studio could repeat the numbers where the nation could do the booking for the National Archive or Museum, I think, virtual tour.
Ms. Natalia, sorry, your line was not so clear. You'd like to find out about what bookings?
If one of the panelists, I think it was Mr. Congo Albertina, that spoke about the numbers where we could make the booking.
You'd like the numbers to be repeated again?
Pardon me?
You'd like Mr. Congo to repeat the booking numbers once again?
Yes, kindly, please.
Okay, we'll definitely do that for you, Natalia.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for the call. So, Ms. Nkongo, if you could kindly just repeat the booking numbers once again, a bit slower this time.
061 293 5222.
And then the second one?
061 293 5214.
Okay, and then there was a third number as well.
Yes, the third number was our switchboard, which is 293 5211.
Okay. Do you remember that you can make your bookings for any schools or any groups should you want to have a tour, and these tours are free of charge, so we do encourage you to come and partake in the festivities that they have planned. So we have come to the end of the show, but I'd like to accord you the opportunity for any final remarks, any final words. We can start with Ms. Nkongo.
All right, I just want to say that heritage is our pride. When we know where we are coming from, when we know where we are going, and let's all be proud of who we are. We are, we are the people of Namibia. We are the nation. If we are not communicating with each other, if we are not embracing each other, then our nation will not grow. So for us to move to the next generation well-informed, we need to educate ourselves, we need to educate our children and emphasize the importance of our heritage. And just to remind again someone that in case you want to know what is happening in different regions, you can go on Instagram and look for Namibia Heritage Week, or also on Facebook, you look for Namibia Heritage Week. There's a page for it. Or you can go to the Museum Association of Namibia website. There you will also find the list of all the activities that are happening in different regions. And then you'll be able to call in on those museums so that you can participate. If you are in, for example, Zambezi region, you are not left out. Zambezi Museum, they also have an activity. If you are in Kavango region, you are also covered. If you are in Oshikoto, Umsati, Komas, Erongo, you are covered. Just make sure you go there and check which institution is having what activity on which day, and make your way there to celebrate the Heritage Week. And for National Archives of Namibia, we are ready for you.
Ms. Hangula?
My final remark is that I'm urging the nation to appreciate the National Archives, to make use of the National Archives, to talk about the National Archives. The National Archive is a documentary heritage, and people should know where the National Archive is located. People should talk about the importance of the National Archive, and people should also know what will happen if there won't be a National Archives in this country. So I'm only urging even the young generations, the youth and our seniors, to appreciate the existing of National Archives. We are the National Archives that is carrying the proud history of this country in its diverse, and we will continue to safeguard the rich, untaped documentary heritage that need youth and seniors to read so that they can write books, they can produce films, uh, they can start engaging about how can we move the National Archive forward. Therefore, during uh, this Heritage Week for this year, Unity in Diversity, we should be united in using and sharing the information resources of the National Archives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Angola. And lastly, Ms. Devanga?
Well, mine is just that we are celebrating the Heritage Week as a nation because we are a country with diverse cultures and through this we are also unifying our people, our nation as one. Hence, that's why you see that as different cultural heritage institution, you have the Museums Association, you have the different museums, then you have the National Archives that are coming together to celebrate the cultural heritage of the nation in terms of the artifacts that you find at the museums, as well as the cultural documentary heritage that you find at the National Archives.
Okay.
So we do interact as institutions.
Okay, thank you very much. As you've heard, Namibia, the Heritage Week has officially commenced, so do make your way to any of the museums to partake in the festivities. And apart from this week, make it a point to engage with your children and do visit the National Archives museums. And from me, Angela Situmbeko, and from our panelists, as well as our production crew here at the GIC, it's have a good day.